Welcome to the Gotham Knights podcast, episode 3. Holy shit, we're still doing this. So we have a special guest here today, but first of all, I'll introduce ourselves. I am Shannon.
Hi, I'm Crumpy.
Josh.
John.
And our special guest today is Taylor. Awesome. Alright, so first of all, I got scored to settle with fucking old people. I know, dead set.
We talking baby boomer old or?
No, just old people in general. Old people in general. I believe like 95% of old people are just fucking angry all the time. They just hate everyone. So
Angry at the world.
pretty much.
I can support that story because remember when we were coming back from Sydney, I was on the phone with Taylor, and that old guy. We were in a quiet carriage, and I was just finishing.
Yes!
I was just finishing that phone call because we were about to leave, and he's just like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" I'm like, "I'm talking to my girlfriend, and I'm saying goodbye after a long trip." It was fucking quiet carriage or whatever, you old cunt.
Yeah. Essentially, no, this random dude. Like, you know how when you get on the train and there's like a you got like the little kind of entrance seats. And then you keep following, you got like the longer alley parts.
Yeah.
We're in the first part, it was just us. And Josh wasn't even, Crumpy wasn't even like talking loud. He was talking like fairly like quiet. Fucking what is, is that, yeah. Okay, no, I don't want to see it again. Yeah, he was.
John Connor's just handing out a picture of a massive shit on Facebook.
Someone's got
it in their hand saying, "Have a look at this."
It's not even that big. It's not even that big. It's just disgusting. He's holding it.
Yeah.
It's a box of size. And why? This place isn't ventilated, you dick knob. Anyway, yeah, but Crumpy wasn't even talking very loud, and this old dude's just got up with him. But anyway, my story to begin with.
But that's just like, sorry.
Yes.
But that's just like something that relates to what Shannon's about to tell you. Like, respect your elders, always, but if they're not going to respect you, you shouldn't go.
So you can't tell him to fuck off though. You've got to more or less.
Well, this guy was pretty bad.
He was, seriously.
He wanted to go me, and I just...
Yeah! He was like full threatening Crumpy.
Oh, okay.
And I just said to him, "Fuck off, you old cunt. Your brains are brittle. I'll snap you like a twig." And then he just walked off. It's just people like that. I think what Shannon's trying to say is that old people elders expect way too much from certain people.
They just don't like how the world's changing. It's just.
And they're sour because of that.
Yeah. Anyway, Woolworths story. So I'm at Woolworths, right? And I've only got like a few little things in my little basket going to the self-serve checkout. And there's 3 people in line. I'm the second person in line. And, it was all good, casual, whatever. And there was had one fridge thing, and the lights was turned off. And I was like, I want a bottle of water, but I'm not sure if that's on. But anyway, I'll go to grab that bottle of water because it's only right next to us. So I went to the left side, grabbed the bottle of water. It wasn't cold. It was more room temperature. So fuck that. So I put that back on. Went back to my place. Back to my place, second in line. So I looked over to my right side, and it had the same fridge, but it was working. So I was like, okay, go to that one, get a bottle of water. Go over there, grab the bottle of water, I turned around. This old fucking son of a cunt fucking took my second place in line. Even though there was 3 people, including myself, in that line. Why do you feel the need to take the second spot in the line when there's only 3 people there?
It's just the second spot in the line.
So he cut in front of someone else to get in front of you.
No, he cut in front. So it went a lady, me, and the old guy. So I went out to grab a bottle of water. He's just going whoop. I'm like, whoa, why? Why would you do that? There's no point. It's 3 people in line. It's just a dick move.
He might have thought that he were actually going to get something.
No, because he would have known I would have got the. Why did he do it when I went to grab the bottle of water from the left side?
Could have been blind.
Yeah, could have been blind.
He wasn't blind. I'm telling you right now.
Sure, he wasn't there, Dad.
He had he had a shit ton of stuff too. Another thing I can't fucking stand. When people have trolley fulls of
really
shit.
grinds my gears.
Yeah. People who have trolley full of just shit and they go to the self-serve checkout. That drives me up the fucking wall. It's not meant for trolleys full of shit. It's just meant for baskets and things. I can't stand. Sorry, I'm just angry. I'm very angry. The traffic on the way here and everything just pissed me off. I'm just in a very angry mood.
Me and Joshy got here by car, and we were stuck in traffic for like what, 10 minutes.
It wasn't that bad, but
Yeah,
we got down to 20 k's in a 100% zone.
Shannon got the worst of it, so you know.
Yeah, it was like it stopped for like 10 minutes, and then it was like a 40 all the way to.
Welcome
like,
to Easter traffic.
Yeah, that's why I never drive around Easter.
I thought we could talk about like movies that don't get really talked about.
Well, this is the thing.
We should probably talk about Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, well, that's what I. Well, has everyone seen it yet?
I am not really, affected by spoilers. So.
Well, John and I.
John's already told me a bit, but
Okay.
like.
That John and I went to see it. Well, it was John's second time seeing it, and it was my first. And we went to see it, and it could have been so good, but what the fuck happened? Just why?
DC Comics are like, they're trying to get out of that puddle where Marvel have just dominated movies forever.
Well,
now.
didn't Dawn of Justice have like shit ton of different writers and directors and stuff? Or?
I feel like Dawn of Justice was good, but they forced the universe they were trying to make and all these cameos, and it was like jumping from story to story and not really getting to the point, and got really slow, and then just lots of stuff happened.
It was really slow. Like,
I don't think we're going to talk about what happens in it.
We'll try and keep it as spoilers free as possible because like it's only just new.
Yeah.
A huge problem I have, and people will go on and say that Batman's killed in films before, but
Yeah.
Ben Affleck kills like at least 20 people in that movie.
Yeah, he just straight up kills people.
He does not care.
John and I were watching the movie. There's like this car chase scene, and he's like, "Now watch it. Oh, that guy's dead." It's just like fucking fire and explosion. The car explodes, and I didn't think it'd be to that extent because John mentioned before that Batman just pretty much straight up kills people, and I was like, "Oh yeah, but it's probably like kind of off camera." Nope, it's blatantly there, and it's just like. Just these forward scenarios that these people definitely wouldn't survive in.
That kind of puts me off from Ben Affleck's Batman in a way, just for the fact that Batman's supposed to be a symbol of, justice and stuff like that. And he rarely kills. Like, he does kill. We know that. But if it's what John says and it's just, full-on killing.
Yeah. People's argument against it is that the Keaton Batman killed, but Keaton wasn't at the end of his career, and they kind of did it like the comics, and at the end of Batman Returns, he tries to stop Catwoman from killing Max Shrek, and wants to take him to jail, and explains that society won't accept what he's done, but then Catwoman obviously kills Shrek.
Well, spoiler alert. It's like a what? 20 movie?
But he worked his way up to a no-kill rule, which is exactly what he did in the comics. Like, he started off as a killer. Like, his very first appearance, he dropped. He pushed a guy into a massive thing of acid, so he would die. Like, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But eventually, he worked up to a no-kill rule.
That wasn't on purpose, though, was it? I think they were like scuffling, like a bit of a fight, and then he kind of.
But the original Batman also carried a gun, so he would just kill people. Ben Affleck's Batman also, he uses guns, either indirectly or directly.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. Ben
This is a
Affleck's,
gun?
that's the thing, though. Ben Affleck's Batman's supposed to be, a decade since he's been Batman?
But Batman has always been... His parents were killed by a gun, and that's kind of one of his main motivations to not use guns is that his mother and father were slaughtered in front of him with a gun.
Yeah.
And he doesn't kill people because then he's just as bad as them.
Another thing I thought about after the movie when we went to see it, again, kind of bringing up lovely.
Josh is just...
He opened his mouth.
Another thing,
Happy Easter.
you guys, because you guys haven't seen it, John might but the part where he puts the tracking device on that truck He could have just let that go, you know, without that whole fucking chaos and like him driving the
Didn't have
Batmobile.
to chase it and
He chases it anyway to
crush
the
the guy in the back of
location.
the truck for no reason.
It's so I don't really like it kind of processed through my
They
mind
put
after
that
I
whole
finished.
chase scene in just because they have a new Batmobile, and they're like, we want to show off this Batmobile, so you know.
Then why fucking put the truck into bites in the first place? Like,
Yeah.
that's when like kind of Superman intervenes and that's when they first meet. But it's so fucking stupid. Like it was almost like a pointless action scene. I was like, alright, so this is gonna happen. Oh, we haven't tried the Batmobile yet. Oh, we'll just fucking put it in there, okay? That's how it's done.
He was a really good Batman, but those are pretty big rules to break to be like being Batman.
The Batman, yeah.
I think he thought he should go out, like, all out in this movie and see what the crowd's reaction was to it as well.
Mm.
Like,
Even if he's going on the angle that Batman is working up to a no-kill rule, he's at the end of he's been doing it for like 20 years, and he's really far into his career. So.
yeah, that's a pretty hefty, you know, span of not killing. You know, somewhere on the
then,
line
like,
he's
this-
probably had to kill.
Yeah. But in saying of like how much we're kind of shitting on the movie, the good part, it's hard to say because you can't say the terrible.
Can I just say straight up why it's good?
Because this
Because
is what I was
it's
about
the
to say.
first ever Superman Batman film where they're together.
Well,
You know, that's to me is
is it?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they had like another
Live
movie
action.
before.
No, not live action.
This is the first time
Okay.
ever, and I find, you know, like, if it's getting good mixed reviews, you know, what's going to stop it from expanding to more appearances of each other? You know what I mean?
Yeah. To like give its like kind of redemption in a way. The good part, like, because I can't say it's a terrible film, but I can't say it's not. It's definitely not the best film either. But the good parts it had in it were so fucking good. Like, it was just awesome.
Yeah.
Like, Jeremy Irons as
Yeah.
Alfred is the best thing in that movie. Oh man, Jeremy Irons as Alfred all the way. I'm all for that. And Wonder Woman, I think, was so awesome as well. She kicked ass.
Jeremy Irons, he's not a butler. He's like his partner, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's like the first like Alfred that does shit. He isn't just like sitting there going, "Would you like some tea?"
And
It's just like
he's on board with the like Batman taking on crime, and
Yeah.
he's helping him.
he's building this. He built that
he's not
steel
like-
suit.
He's not like Mike O'Kane and
Mike O'Kane.
Mike O'Kane. Mike
O'Kane.
O'Kane.
You say Mike O'Kane in his voice. It
Remember.
sounds like he's saying it like in his
Michael
language.
O'Kane.
Mike O'Kane.
Michael Caine. It does too.
But Michael Caine, he constantly didn't want Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne to be Batman, and he was against it. And even in the Burton films, Alfred didn't want him to be Batman. He wanted him to move on and start a life. But Jeremy Irons,
He's like,
Alfred,
fucking be Batman.
he's in it. He knows that Batman's needed, and he's helping him.
I like
Do you
that.
think
really
that's
good.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that happened off screen and he finally accepted it, or do you think they've just rewritten the character for the sake of
I-
making it more entertaining?
It
He's
seems like
more so like they've done in the film, where he is part of he's part of the team. He's helping, and he's a mechanic, and he had some time in the army as like a medic. So
Sounds
when
like
he comes
they
back,
replaced the whole person.
but when Bruce Wayne comes back and he's all shot up or stabbed and stuff, then Alfred will stitch him up. That's like
Yeah.
one of the things that happens all the time. And it'll probably happen in
later on. Yeah.
I reckon Ben Affleck would be way better. Like, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to judge him yet. I might love him. Like, you guys probably don't really like him and stuff like that. But
I'm not
you
the
do and you
biggest
don't.
fan.
I probably will love him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think what will really clinch it is when he makes Jared Leto's Joker.
But that's a huge problem I have though. In a world
Yeah.
where Batman kills and he has killed a Robin, the Joker should not be alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
Like, but that's what I mean. Like, what's that confrontation going to be like? What's Batman going to do? Because it obviously doesn't bother him that he kills.
Mm.
You know, what's he going to do when he sees the Joker? You know, that's going to be a good
That's
thing.
a thought.
But I really hope it's not like they're saying with the Jason Todd thing where it's actually Jason Todd, not the original Joker.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
It's such a shitty fucking. Oh, no.
What's the bet that actually are going to do that, though?
Yeah.
What's the bet?
DC
That's the only way I
Cinematic
can
Universe
see-
would just cease to exist at that
Yeah.
point.
If it is Jason Todd, then that would make sense as to why he's not killing him.
Mm.
Because he's basically his son.
Yeah, that's.
But that's still
Okay.
stupid because the Joker has no origin. You know,
And
Yeah,
you know
that's
what?
what the most beautiful thing about the
Just has to be
Joker
the
is.
Joker.
And you know, it's kind of another point I want to touch on. Like, also another good point about it I forgot to mention is Lex Luthor. He's awesome. But another point I want to touch on is that when Batman has his own like solo fighting scene in that building, how much did that remind you of the actual game?
Yeah.
It looks so much
it was-
like the game.
It
Like
was really good.
the way they did it. Like if you've ever played anything of the Arkham Knight series, the combat system in that is probably one of the funnest things you can do because you can either do it so sneaky or you just go in head first. You jump on railings and stuff.
Mad Max has a similar fighting system too. Whoever's played that and hasn't played the Arkham games, you'll love the Arkham games.
But like what I'm talking about is like I reckon that whole fight scene they got a lot of the ideas from the games because the way that it's done just reminded me so much of the game. Like the part where he's like sneaking on top of like the roof railing things, what do they call them? The rafters. He's like sneaking along there and he like puts a thing on the ground and it explodes and he does like full on like
Use these
combat
magnet
scenes.
things that go onto the guns and like
Yeah,
electrocute
stops
them or
them.
something.
And then he used the grappling
They
thing.
don't even
and-
know where he is. They start shooting down the hole because they don't even see him come through.
Yeah.
And like
It's so like the
it's
game.
really good.
It's-
It's Batman fighting like Batman should actually fight. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Was that in the trailer? Because I remember
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good. Like I haven't
and then-
seen it, like I said, but it was like from what
What you've seen.
Shannon and John have told me. I think I'll really enjoy that scene because me and John have always like even in the last podcast when we were absolutely drunk.
Yeah,
talked
we
about-
will mention that in a bit.
We talked about like I'm not sure if it was the last one or the very first one. We talked about the best Batman movie in our opinion. It was Batman Begins, and that one topic was the scene where he actually in the canisters, like and stuff, and he sneaks and he takes out the bad guys and stuff. That is cool.
Yeah.
Like, that
Yeah.
is awesome.
And really
I remember
sneaky.
that. I haven't seen the movie in so long, but I remember that scene. That was one of the most
It's one of the
moments.
best bits, like Batman's.
Yeah.
Sorry, John. I was about to say it was actually coming up with you. Like we're going to talk about that night after the second podcast.
Probably
Yeah.
mentioned after the first one as well.
Yeah, after the first one, it's not as bad as the second one.
Second one.
Josh, do you want your porn segment?
Not right now.
You
We'll do that later.
do that.
Actually, because our special guest has been very quiet, I was thinking we can probably introduce.
Before we do move on to that,
Yeah.
before we do move on to that, just because we went back to talking about our favourite Batmans or what
Yeah,
was it?
yeah.
Whatever the thing was. I actually said Val Kilmer and I meant Michael Keaton
Yeah.
because I was so drunk that I could not tell the difference.
In defense of Val Kilmer too, he is a pretty good Batman. Like
He
I
really
think
was.
he is.
He was good.
I think he was really good, but he had to take it was a reboot rebirth thing,
Mm.
and so he kind of it felt too much like Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it was like he wasn't bad at all. Actually, it's
He was
enjoying to watch him.
He was still dark and it felt
Yeah.
like Batman.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Whereas
That-
George Clooney it was George Clooney.
It was Ocean's 9.
And his head just kept bobbing.
The Bob, yeah.
I
It's
never
like
saw
the
the head
bubble.
bobbing through the nipples.
Those ripples, man. Ripples?
Ripples on his nipples.
I'm gonna shut up because my joke won't work anymore.
If only the bat boobs jiggled.
Oh.
Alicia's. Is it Alicia Silverstone? Dude.
Every kid's first crush.
Alicia
Alicia Silverstone
Yeah.
as Batgirl in
Oh,
Batman
yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I think mine was Cameron Diaz from Charlie's Angels.
and Robin.
That's what's the blonde one?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like, the very start of Charlie's Angels when she's dancing around the living room, it's like, oh my god, that ass. I remember being 11.
I don't know who my first TV crush was.
Hugh Jackman.
No, it wasn't Huey. It wasn't Huey.
JD?
Trinity.
Wouldn't have been JD. God, no.
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to remember.
You'd have to be pretty young for him to be your first crush. Or older than us, because, what's that movie? Crybaby and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Walken.
I'll unhide this watch.
Don't lick it.
My like awakening into manhood was Cruel Intentions with
Oh.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I
I was like 10, and I should not have been watching it.
Is that the one with the court scene and she like uncrossed the legs?
Yeah. Oh no, that's Fatal Attraction or
Oh,
something.
shit.
Oh yeah. What one are you talking about?
This is a movie where they're like in high school and she's like really manipulative.
Yeah, I
It's like
think I
Mean
know
Girls
that.
but less crack.
Like more crack probably.
Oh, I just remembered. Fucking Heath Ledger in
7 things I hated that year.
That's it. That was it. Heath young Heath Ledger.
Yes.
There you go.
I loved
remember
it in
now.
Knight's Tale. That's when I.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
Knight's
sorry,
Tale.
sorry. It was The Knight's Tale. Yeah, that was the first time I saw
Knight's
it.
Tale was
It's
a
like-
great movie.
That chick was hot, but she was nothing compared to him.
Is that when Shannon entered manhood?
Yes, it's when I finally grew a dick.
It's
Alright,
here,
What
right
about yours,
now.
Taylor? Do you have one, or can you remember yours?
Well, I have two.
Magic Mind.
That was like when I was 15 when I watched Magic Mike. But my actual two first crushes of TV celebrities was when I was younger was George Clooney because I used to watch
It's actually pretty funny that you were crushing on George Clooney and I was crushing on Alicia Silverstone in the same movie.
That was perfect. That
There
was
wasn't another one, Jeff Hardy. From
Oh my god, that was massive crush. When I was about 10 years old.
Oh my god! Wow.
This is when like
Oh,
Shout out
I
to
just
WW,
wanna-
whatever the hell it was back then.
WWE.
Yeah.
It would have been WWE back then.
You reckon it
Yeah.
would have been F?
No, it wouldn't have been that. I don't think so. I don't even know. I'm not really.
WWF is a fucking.
No.
No,
That's
it
why-
used to be called WWF.
Oh,
I think it was WWF until the end of the Attitude.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Then it was after
Because you had
WWF it was
Nitro and stuff.
called
Yeah.
WWE. And the first ever match that I ever watched Jeff Hardy in was when he was versing The Undertaker and also Edge because it was a triple threat match.
Oh, I haven't seen that
But-
match.
One of the opponents has to be either pinned, submit, or be placed in the coffin.
I
No, I'm serious.
know. I've
Yeah.
seen coffin matches before. They're so stupid. Rest in
Really?
peace.
I was. I mean,
I thought wrestlers go on holidays, and then they get killed off and they come back 6 months later.
every Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. till 5:30 and 5:30 to 7:30.
It used to be Wednesday.
I just want to drool over Jeff Hardy. Like,
No. George
now-
Clooney.
So now we got.
I
Now we got.
don't think I've mentioned mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
It's saying Coming Diaz. Or was it?
Oh,
yeah, it's
yeah.
come Diaz. That's my second.
When did Charlie's Angels come out?
That was
2001.
2004?
2001.
one, and the second one came in 2004.
Oh, it was Cameron Diaz then. My second is Johnny Depp.
oh
Captain Jack.
man,
Oh,
yeah. Come on. Now that we've got Taylor all warmed up talking, I thought it'd be awesome to introduce Taylor to the podcast. So, Taylor, you've only just kind of like got introduced to like cosplay and hobbying. Like, fucking nerd!
I love these nerds.
Do you remember the first time you wore your glasses to my house, Josh? And I just pointed at you and went,
So, to clarify, I've got really bad eyes. I have since I was a little kid. And I felt really conscious about wearing glasses all my life. Rock up to John's, go in the door, all I hear from the first thing he says to me is, "Nerd!" It's like, thanks, that boosted my confidence so much.
That reminds me of the day before we did the very first podcast. It was Josh's birthday, as we've discussed. In the first one.
Oh god.
I get out to his house. He lives out in the middle of nowhere. I'm texting him, like, where the fuck are you? He finally comes out. I get out of the car, and the first thing I say to him is, "You fucking hipster faggot." He had like a swoosh sort of hairstyle and the glasses on. Then we had a big long hug, so there was no hug.
There was no hug.
No.
Karen didn't, John didn't even give me a hug. He was just like, nerd.
That was the first time I'd seen him in over a year, so it was great.
So back to Taylor, our special guest for this evening. So being like in this kind of like nerd community now, you're officially one of us. Congratulations!
You haven't been in the tub naked yet, vomiting. So.
I'm
I was
playing
close
lots.
enough.
No. I'm just talking about nerd community in general, not in the group, not in the
Oh, okay,
GRP
okay.
group. I'm not even there yet.
Is there an installation test for it?
So what's your general, like when you first kind of, because you kind of got in this nerd side of it because of Crumpy, because you guys are in a relationship at the moment, which is awesome. And what was your like first initial thought when Josh was a fucking nerd?
What a nerd. No, legit, that's what you said to me. Do not lie on this. As soon as I met you, and we texted that later that night, you're just like, oh, you're a fucking nerd.
I actually do remember that because I actually still do have
And then when I
those
said,
previous messages and said it was Crumpy.
and then when I said to you, I like Doctor Who, you're like, oh, really?
Basically, when he liked Doctor Who, I wasn't a big fan of it until I actually watched it with him, and now I'm really into it.
It's kind of
awesome.
Yeah.
It basically blows your mind.
Taylor was more the person of like, she didn't really give things a chance when I think that's what she was like, and then she got into the fact that we're all into like the same thing, and we all love like doing charity work, like, you know, dressing up, cosplay, filming and stuff like that. I think she just really enjoyed it. And she just like opened her mind to being like a lot.
Trying to fan myself with a packet of 6 sticks of super glue. It's making a lot of noise.
I apologise for the noise.
It's all good, but like, but I think she's just. I'm really happy that she like loves what I love because you know it's really good.
Crumpy, this is Taylor's thing.
I know. I'm
Shut
just
the fuck
saying.
up.
I'm just saying. I'd rather have a relationship where we both have interests in both things.
Welcome to 50 Shades of Grey.
Done.
I'll go get my handcuffs.
Yes, please.
Wait, please tell me they're pink and fluffy.
Yes,
if I owned them, yes, they would be.
But if I owned one, it would be red and black, as well,
yeah.
Queen style.
So-
With the Joker.
So also, you're also starting to get into the cosplay stuff, and you're going to your very first convention. Are you going to go to Supernova this year?
She wants to
I
come
will
with us.
be.
Oh yeah,
I
sure.
will be coming to the Sydney Supernova.
Yes, and that will be your first time ever going to a convention, correct?
Yes.
And so this will be your first time cosplaying, correct?
No,
Oh no, second time.
Oh, second time. Okay. Oh no, that's right. Yes.
we went to that rarity chart.
That's yeah.
Crumpy. Basically,
Yeah.
the first time that I've done cosplay with Crumpy was in December of last year for a variety charity with children who were really sick
Yeah.
with cancer, heart conditions, and
Yeah.
everything. And I've been asked by Crumpy to go with him, and I said, yeah, sure, why not?
You wanna speak that up, buddy?
Crumpy dressed as Aquaman, and I dressed as female as Mario.
That's right.
I
remember
had-
that now. Yeah.
I had
wasn't
so
there
many-
for those.
I had so many little kids coming up to me, asking me, where's Luigi? And I always say, he's always in second place.
Whenever I'm in my bat suit and I go in public, the one thing I always get asked is where's Robin? Like, but like really kind of like.
Where's Robin?
Yeah.
The bat.
It was really cool when my little
In
brother
my cage.
wanted to be Robin, so I could just point to wouldn't be like, he's right there.
I always thought it would have been, are you Jeff Vader?
yes, you know that thing. Yes.
Yes, Eddie Izzard. Chad, Eddie Izzard, this is the
I
second time.
fucking love it. And I'll kill you with this tray.
But the one actual question that I got really asked was kind of funny and more awkward at the time. Is that, is Aquaman your boyfriend? I said, yes, we are gay together.
I wanted
No, we.
I decided to have a bit of Italian that night. I decided to have a bit of Italian that night.
Oh, you still love that.
No, look at
Alright, let's keep this moderately able to be have this put on YouTube.
There's no visuals
Honestly,
to go with it, we should be
that. But that
So what cosplay are you actually working on for your first convention?
For the Supernova, I've been working on my Raven costume ever since last year.
Nice.
Because
Fucking love Raven.
when me and Crumpy,
you know how I feel about Raven.
we went to Spotlight to go get some fabric.
Which is a fabric store in Australia, in case there's any outside listeners.
It probably will be.
It's probably spotlights everywhere, we're so into it.
Ever since I've got the fabric for the Raven Cape, I've been working on it non-stop, and recently I finished the cape, the suit,
Yeah.
and also the belt as well.
When she says non-stop, she means every time she can be bothered.
Yeah.
When
Like
she-
that's Crumpy. That's every cosplayer.
Exactly. Like she
Normally
got-
it's a week before cosplay.
Oh
Yeah.
no, don't
It's
get
like,
me
oh shit, I
started.
haven't finished.
When I was doing my Hawk Girl,
Yeah.
that was a fucking nightmare because doing the wings took me 7 hours each, and that was like 2 nights before the convention, and I was just
So you
like,
had it planned for a year, and we're gonna film Hawk Girl stuff, and you're like, yeah, getting on it, and then it was like not moving at all, and then a week before you're like, shit.
But,
it was so bad.
but now all I need to finish off the whole costume thing is the
Yeah.
gloves and also the boots for it as well.
Nice. So in your before we finish just to finish off your little special interview, your general thought of the community. What do you think? Because people have their own different thoughts about the cosplay community.
What you've seen
there's
so
all,
far.
She hasn't
There's
seen
one
the
of-
bad guys.
yeah, I'm terrible. I'm the worst person ever.
Basically, what I've seen about cosplay so far, it is amazing.
That's
It
awesome.
takes, honestly, it takes guts for a guy to dress as a female cosplayer, and it's awesome.
Shout out to all my crossplay buddies.
Yes, shout outs.
And
I'm gonna say that obviously she doesn't have Facebook.
basically that,
Just saying.
but basically with every other cosplay costume that I've seen, it looks fantastic.
It's about the people actually just get out of their way and do something like that, and it doesn't matter if it looks crappy. It doesn't matter if it's amazing. It's still you did.
You put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, you put effort into it, and that's what counts.
Well, there's always drama and shit going on, and outside people see
I'm so-
get noted for it. And it's
So
just
glad.
stupid.
I'm so glad Taylor's not been introduced to the drama side of it.
No. Well, I mean, that's what I was saying. She might have seen it, but I don't know.
Nah, she
You
wouldn't have
haven't.
seen
Is it my imagination or is it drama actually boiling down? Because I see a lot of posts about, cosplay's for everyone and
No.
doesn't matter what you look like and all that kind of stuff, but I never ever see the negative stuff anymore.
It's getting worse than
It is
ever.
getting worse?
It's getting a lot worse because
Doesn't help with the internet.
yeah, the internet is like the worst place in the world. Like even I haven't had a whole big deal of it. Like the only thing I had, the worst thing I ever had was when I did my Kun Lao cosplay, and that was like one of the first, well, not the first thing I ever made, but it was kind of like partially made. I made like the arm parts and stuff. But someone messaged me on my art page saying that I wasn't fit enough to play that character because he's like a fighting character in Mortal Kombat, and I was like, it doesn't make sense. But
Should have done
I
that.
didn't fucking
round-
care.
Should have done that roundhouse kick that I showed you.
Yeah.
I would worry about it. Like,
No, I did. I was just like, that's fucking stupid. So it's like, someone can't cosplay as Nightcrawler because they can't teleport. That's like,
So they can't go through electricity.
yes!
Shout out to Mountain Monsters.
But then also,
Shannon has lost her shit.
but then also I've been thinking of the other costume that I am soon getting, either to do Sailor Moon for Supernova or Mira as Aquaman's wife.
Oh, couple
What?
What's wrong with it, Josh?
cosplay.
Oh, I could tell you some things. I'm not going to.
So could I, trust
So
me.
I would
Couple
like,
cosplays can be quite great, but at the same time they can be like sickly sweet, sort of. You're
Yeah.
just like looking at them going, I wish you'd die.
Sickly sweet. I love that term.
I would like to talk about now with Josh's segment, because that would be fun.
Oh,
Are we talking about the aftermath segment?
Or pause. What do you want to do?
Let's go with aftermath.
Okay, so in obvious, you could tell if you listened to last. Well, actually, it wasn't last week. It was a few weeks ago. Which our apologies. Life gets in the way. In podcast 2, the search for more likes. Josh and Crumpy were already drunk. I descended. I was okay, and then descended down very quickly.
We were far past drunk before the podcast started.
Yeah. John was like the only one completely fine.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Did that, John?
We
Did well.
We're sorry for
Sobriety.
Yeah.
Sobriety.
I just gave a white power symbol. Or
We-
what is it? No, it's not white power. What is it?
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
The sobriety with the power symbol.
There was so many like. Alright, I accidentally pressed spacebar again because I'm a fucking idiot. This is the second time I've done it. This thing doesn't push in.
You didn't listen!
Did you see when it stopped? Okay, good. What did we? What was the last thing we said before we pressed?
Just talk about that.
Aftermath.
Oh, the aftermath. Okay.
Can you
So
edit
yeah,
that?
Josh E. Explain what you can remember, and we'll fill in
And
the
then
rest
make
of the story.
John fill
Okay.
in.
Yeah, I definitely need help with this because I don't remember a lot of that night. So it starts off with we're just sitting around the lounge room and John turns to us and says, "We need to get you two drunk for the podcast." We go outside onto that smoking deck and start
Smoking deck.
the smoking deck. And it's like the smoking lounge but less classy. So we're out there doing vodka shots because that's what we did the time before, and it worked out perfect, I think we got through more than half the bottle in an
We
hour.
finished the bottle.
We finished the bottle
Nearly
in the hour.
Probably a bit over an hour. We finished that bottle. No joke.
Well, anyway, so I was not feeling all that well by the time we got into this room, and I had like 2-3 cigarettes or something just before I walked in, and then the humidity and the heat in the room just completely fucked me over. 3 minutes into the podcast, I actually have no recollection what happened after that. I went back and rewatched it, and there's a point in about 10 minutes. It's like, don't give me any more, because I'd gone out for a leak or a smoke or something, and I've gone to Josh, don't give me any more. I'm way too fucked up, and I counted another 5 drinks that he poured me.
Yeah, Crumpy just constantly kept handing Josh like so many shots.
I was trying to explain to Josh in the car when we were talking about it that I wasn't necessarily trying to get him more drunk. I was trying to be like slow him down to the point where I'd give him a rum shot, but I also
What the fuck? That was just rude.
But I was also trying to like pour it into a bit of Coke with the glass, so it wasn't,
Straight liquor.
straight liquor. But I'll give him the glass to hold, and he just shot it.
Mind you, I was so fucked up that I told him not to give me any more drinks, but he still did.
But you just kept accepting him anyway.
I was pretty
I don't-
fucked up at
I
that
don't know
time.
whether I did,
stage.
because-
You kept accepting him. You were like, why are you doing this? And you just shot it down.
I was pretty drunk at that stage too, and I just thought,
You both were good.
I was
Oh,
just,
yeah.
I couldn't really stop myself. So
I don't really blame Josh
So-
for it, but I did say during the podcast that I don't condone drinking alcohol. I want to rephrase that.
Yes.
There's plenty of things that I'd like to rephrase, but we'll only do a few. But I do condone drinking alcohol because alcohol is fantastic if you're of age,
Yes.
but I do not condone
Of age.
what we did.
No.
You do not get drunk for the sake of getting drunk. You can get drunk for the sake of a podcast, but not shots, not to the excess that we did.
Yeah.
Like Josh said, I think it was about an hour and a half tops, and we polished off a whole bottle of vodka.
that shouldn't be done. It's
No.
dangerous.
It's so dangerous. So let's go into actual aftermath because that's enough.
So you're comfortable sharing the aftermath?
Yeah, let's go for the aftermath.
You're meant to start. You're meant to start, and then you come down. And,
So
alright. So when we were finishing the podcast, Josh, this room is like, if you're going to watch the web series, there's it's just full black, and the ground is like, I'm not sure if it's EVA foam or.
Yeah, EVA.
Yeah, EVA foam's all on the ground. So Josh laid there for a bit, and we were just finishing the podcast, and as we were about to go up, we asked Josh, "Are you all right? Can you walk upstairs?" And we didn't really get a response. All we got was that sort of stuff, and so. And we got disco lights.
Yeah.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
But yeah.
Shout out to Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Is that who it is?
Disco Inferno.
I don't know what they're called.
Shout out to disco music in general.
Yes.
But yeah,
Thanks to the drug scene, guys.
as we were finishing up and we were going upstairs, we just thought, give Josh a pillow or whatever, and he'll be alright to sleep down here. So I went upstairs and I was pretty drunk. I was trying to sober up a bit. I drank heaps of water, had a bit of bread, and I was okay. And that's when John Connor comes into the story.
I was about to go to bed, and I was like, better go check on Josh one more time. And I went downstairs.
Yeah, we were both just Crumpy and I were sleeping in the same room. And we were just having a massive giggle fest over I don't know what. We were just laughing over everything.
They were really drunk.
And then John just comes in and he's just like, "Guys, you gotta fucking see this."
I really need your help. Josh is passed out. There's vomit everywhere. I need your help.
Continue, John.
And we brought down Shannon and Josh to the scene, and yep, it was a grown man in his own vomit. It's quite bad.
They had given me a bucket, I was told.
I put it right next to his head. I was like, if you need to throw up in this bucket. This bucket was completely clean, and everything else was covered in vomit.
Well, he vomits the opposite side. The bucket is put on his right hand side, he vomits on the left.
and so we're like, alright, let's get him up. We'll get him upstairs and change and stuff. So alright, time to get up, Josh. And so we helped him up, and then he was like, "Oh, put me down." And so Josh and I let go of his arms. At this point,
fell
straight on his face, straight back into the
vomit,
and started doing breaststroke to it.
Hence the swimming through the lake of vomit that I put on Facebook.
I missed that because at that point I couldn't handle the smell, and I went back upstairs and went to bed, which I had work the next day.
And then we spent the next half hour with Josh with his head in a bucket, sitting on the bifurcated floor, and I cleaned up all the vomit by myself.
You poor soul.
It smelled rank. I came down.
So bad.
It was so
I got
bad.
through all of I got gym mats down. I got through all of them onto the floor and I had to pull them apart. It's so gross.
I came down the next morning to look for my Fleetwood Mac song. Apparently, according to the thing, I was wearing a Fleetwood Mac song. It was generally a shirt. I was looking for that shirt and I'm like, I don't know what state the shirt's going to be in. It sounds like it's going to be nasty. And I got to the door and the door was locked and I smelled the vomit smell. And it had already been cleaned up, but I was just nearly dry heaving because I could smell it from outside the room.
Oh no.
So we finally got him up, and we started to get him walking upstairs. It was really slow.
Lucky I didn't go through that step.
Yeah, that would have made the night.
There's a broken step on John's steps up onto his veranda, so I managed to total it tonight. Not when I was drunk.
So yeah, as soon as we got him up on the veranda, there's this vomit everywhere, in his hair, on his body, everywhere.
Oh man.
John suggested me and John suggested we should get him into the
shower, but he needed to go to the toilet, so we put him in the bathroom and we're about to leave, and then he just, gacked himself and went to the bathroom.
Left the door open.
And then we're like, alright, we're going to get in the shower, and I was expecting him to pull up his underwear or something, but he just stripped off completely naked and dropped into the bath.
Are you right with us continuing?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
And then this is what happens, kids, when you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And then he's proceeded to sit under the shower while the shower just poured on him for about an hour.
Oh,
and
God.
every now and then he would have to throw up and he'd sound like a velociraptor.
Yeah, I remember hearing it. And then fucking Crumpy bursts in the room. I'm like, because again, I had to work the next day. Well, in the morning. This was probably like 3 o'clock, 4
This is
o'clock in
really
the
5
morning.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I only just gotten to sleep, and I was like moderately sober at this point too. Someone comes in, John or Crumpy, either one, come in. They're like, Shannon, you gotta help. You gotta see this. You gotta come help. And I was like, oh, something's really bad happened. I was thinking they're trying to. But my first thought was like they're trying to drag Josh up the stairs, and he fell, and there's like fucking, I thought he was like dead or something. But by the sound of it, they made it like sound like such an emergency, and so I got up, and they're like, come in here. So I went to the bathroom, and it's just Josh just lying there naked in the bathtub.
It was hilarious.
I was like, fuck off, and I felt so angry because I had to work, and they got me so fucking worried, and I was like, oh, something's obviously terrible happened. No, it's just Josh lying naked in the tub, and I'm like, you're fucking kidding. And I just went back in the room.
Most likely fetal position.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I just saw like your bum crack, and that was it.
That butt's no good. It's gonna crack it.
The best thing about that night and with Josh in the tub is that he was able to reach over to the toilet while in the shower, so his ass was sticking up every time, and he vomited. We were afraid he's going to shit himself.
Alright, so from what I can remember is we came into the room, I blacked out, and then I woke up with my head in the toilet. I just smashed like is it sternum? This part here? Smashed my sternum on the porcelain.
Oh.
And I was trying my very hardest to throw up. There was nothing coming out. I was trying my very hardest not to shit myself. I realized that I was butt naked. 2 guys on either side of me, and there's water pouring on my back. And then I passed back out again. I woke up the next morning in someone else's clothes. It took me ages to work it out.
It was so hard to dress you.
It was pretty.
Oh god. And I thought we needed fucking news material to read up on.
Let's talk about us drunken stories. That's news material enough.
So again.
So friends don't let friends do vodka shots and or finish off the bottle for something to do.
It was like, it was pretty bad.
But that's 3 times in a fortnight that I could have died. That's pretty fucked up.
Again, so drink responsibly and only when you're age appropriate.
Yes, definitely.
Oh my god.
That's the story.
Aftermath of the first one was not as exciting. Crumpy was telling me about apparently Guy Reeves has a DP on his phone, a dick pic. And we were pretty hammered, so I'm like, oh, I want to see this. I walk in and I've asked
Wait, can we recreate this whole scene? Who can do the best Guy voice?
Fuck off.
I'll do it.
Alright, yeah, okay, so you say your line and we'll go. Okay.
I don't actually remember exactly what it is because I walked in and I asked him to say
I know what you said.
You've got to say it for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Crumpy's gonna be Josh and John's gonna play Guy. This is our brilliant acting skills.
Let me get into the character.
Alright, right, scene is set. Ready and action.
So Guy, hang on. So Guy, you have a DP on your phone. Show us, come on, show us.
Fuck off.
No, even I remember there was more to it than that. Because I said, flop it out.
Oh, yeah. No, you actually wanted him to flop it out.
Yeah.
That's why I said fuck off.
Fuck off.
I can remember when it was Crumpy's birthday night, and
Yeah.
he ended up allowing Guy to show me his DP. I was so disgusted.
I didn't actually think he'd pull it out on his phone. It's just there.
No one wants to see that.
I really didn't want to see it, but it was in the corner. It was in the corner of my eye. I was like, can you
It's
get
like
that out of my face?
it's like Slender Man. It's just there.
So, because I'm apparently the only person who hasn't seen it, because he's apparently so big, I've just got this glorious image in my head. I want to see this cock, so... Now I've been told it's disgusting, so I've got mixed it.
Josh, it's like a little mushroom.
It's like a giant spoon.
It's basically a little mushroom on spoon.
Guy Reeves is
He's
gonna
rip us a new one.
It's like he's gonna listen to it.
Guy Reeves is gonna listen to this and be so pissed.
Holy
So
shit.
bad.
Fuck him.
So you get for not going up.
Holy shit, that was hilarious.
It's just like, it's not even that bad of a story where.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I just thought of the fucking. I got another ghost story to tell.
She's fucked.
No, it wasn't. It was the chair. It was the chair. No.
John Connor's leaving the room.
It was the chair. I promise. It was the chair. All
Then we
right.
found
I remember one time,
House.
John, I nearly farted one time and nearly made me vomit when I was
Yeah.
really drunk. That was pretty bad.
We're like about probably.
40 minutes.
No, not even that.
30,
20.
20.
No, because this is the second one. Second take. 'Cause
Okay.
So the other one for about half an hour. Oh yeah. I fucking have another ghost story to tell. Now, there's a thing with our group for some reason that Josh and Taylor, if you hang around with us too long, you're gonna be fucking seeing ghosts or some shit.
Mm.
I'm not.
You mean taking hallucinogenics, right?
No. No, but I'm not really a believer in ghosts or anything like that. I've just never really have. But this weirdest fucking thing that has ever happened. Recently, I came home. I went to town. No, sorry, I came back from Sydney. I went to a friend's house. And I came back from Sydney, and I was so tired because I was helping him make a costume and everything, and I was just literally exhausted. And so I went to my room. And my house is built on an old church ground, and it's apparently in some books and shit, if your house is built on top of like graveyards and hospitals and old church property, it's supposed to have like spiritual energy and all that kind of shit.
When you sold us this house, you failed to mention it was built on an Indian burial ground.
They just over dramatized everything. No, but and then what happened was like I went to bed. This got really early in the morning, so probably 4 o'clock. I just suddenly woke up and I was like, wasn't tired at all. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm awake, whatever. So I was like, I'll grab a glass of water. So I went out to the lounge room, went to the kitchen, and I could hear like what kind of sounds like footsteps, but we have like I live in the middle of the country, so it could be anything. It could be cows in the yard, like in the yard next to us, or the horse or the dog or whatever.
Other inbreds.
So yeah, or other inbreds. And so I didn't think nothing of it. And I grabbed the glass and I put it on the bench. And put the water jug thing back in the fridge. I fucking turned around, and as soon as I turned around, I saw it. It was on the edge, and it just fucking falls and just shatters everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I poured it.
Was it a cold drink?
It was cold.
The condensation on the side of the glass built up and dropped underneath it, so that it slid on the table and fell off.
But how? On a flat surface?
Probably not perfect.
That's what happens.
No, I don't believe that for a second.
Also,
I've done it so many times.
It lifts it, and that
have you
Go
seen?
ahead.
I've
Have you
done a
played air
schooner
hockey?
glass full.
Have you played air hockey?
Yeah.
Same principle.
Yeah, but that's light. This is a schooner glass full of water. That weight, the little water dripping to the side isn't going to be
No,
enough for it to slide.
but underneath it, once it kind of pulls.
Fuck off, that's not true. The amount of times
Alright,
I've had...
alright, it was a ghost.
No, this is what proven that your theory wrong,
Yes, please,
asshole.
Crumpy.
It's the fact that I've had a schooner glass of water many times. I've never seen it just suddenly move by itself because of the condensation has dripped outside on the fucking bottom of the glass and made it move. I've never seen that happen.
It's still
Go
not a
fuck
ghost.
yourself.
It's still not a ghost. It's a poltergeist.
It's a spooky.
Poltergeist.
It's a
Well,
spooky
ghosts
ghost.
can't move shit.
Well,
Poltergeist
that's true.
can.
That's true. But it was so fucking weird, and like it shattered everywhere. And this was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, "Well, shit. What am I gonna do?" And I just cleaned it up.
Demons do things.
Well, there you go.
Yes,
I recently got my
I was going to say
grandmother's.
an old guy was an alcoholic trying to have a drink of beer, but
Alcoholism runs in my family, so no joke. My ancestor died. Who's ringing me? Oh, ringing. Oh, look at that. Bye.
everyone reaches
Oh
for their phone, put
no!
it
I
on
should have. Hang on. I'm gonna put him on loudspeaker. Hello, Nathan. Hello. You're on the podcast right now. Yeah, you are. Everyone say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Faggot.
We just kind of do it when we can do it.
Okay. I got a quick question if you have time to ask me about cosplay.
Probably not now because we're in the middle of the podcast.
Okay, alright, well, give me a message when it's finished. You two have fun and don't drink too much like last time.
We're actually sober for one.
We're actually sober, yes. Thank you for ringing. I'll talk to you later.
Shout out to Nathan.
Catch ya.
Right, while we're talking about being sober, Crumpy would like to remind us for the 8th time that we're not going to be drunk for every single podcast. 7 times in the first 2 podcasts.
God damn it.
Well, why not? Well, we can be sober for some of the podcasts, and others we can have fun.
It all depends on what we've got on the next day and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
true.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
So before we wrap up, we're going to wrap up soon. Crumpy would like to give a little kind of a shout out to a guy who's going to help us out. So we thought we should help him out too. So Crumpy, take it away. You've only got about 5 minutes.
That's it.
Don't forget this porn segment to come in.
Oh yeah, we could go for a quick pause segment too.
That sounds so wrong.
My friend Justin Parker, who's a part of the group called Circus, it's a hip hop group. They've released a few albums now. I'm just giving him a quick shout out, and all the work he does is amazing. All the work he does for like rap is amazing. He's a very good at what he does, and I hope like whoever's listening gives them a go. Gives them a go and actually like looks them up because they actually are pretty good and like they're no joke. They're like solid and they're good guys. They'll help you out too. They give free merchandise to their loyal fans and stuff like that.
We'll drop them in the description or something like that. We'll make sure that you guys can Google them or actually get links straight to them.
Justin's a great guy. He talks to his fans all the time and he's just generally honest person. So shout out to Justin and Corp Circus.
And from what I've heard, like, because I'm not into rap or anything like that, I'm a metalhead, and so when Crumpy like tells me about him, he does sound like a genuinely awesome dude. Like he sounds really entwined with like his fans. And
he's no bullshit either. Like he won't be played. He knows when he's being played and stuff like that. So I respect that a lot, and I hope he hears this, and I guarantee he probably will. So yeah, shout out to Corp Circus again, and I can't wait to listen to more stuff that you bring out. And I hope people that are listening to this actually do hit them up because some of their songs are just hilarious.
So now, Mr. Josh.
First time doing this sober. Scratching my arms now because I'm a bit nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous.
So-
Alright, so it's your time to shine. We need a theme song every time you gotta do this. I'll have you make
Dun,
one
dun,
up.
dun, dun, dun. Only time.
So I'd like to talk about 2 categories this time.
Ooh, 2 categories, special.
Not a special because that's what I tried to do last time.
It's passed out.
The second one when I was like inebriated beyond recognition. I talked about alt girls as in alternate or alternative.
Yeah.
And that includes like emos and
Scenes?
goths. I don't know what scenes because I didn't go into it. The whole point of this is for me to find new genres that really fucking gross me out. Essentially,
Okay.
I'm not getting off on any of them. But yeah, I couldn't explain it properly, and it's like I did explain it relatively well. And the fact that if you don't fit a certain mold, then you get chucked into another category. And I said on the podcast that it was pretty disgusting they do that, but at least it's easier to find. You know, if you're after a goth girl, it's going to alt girls. You know, that's pretty easy. So I think that I'll wrap that one up, and I'll go with extreme porn as something that I have managed to see.
Wait, is extreme porn like that category's name, or?
Yes.
I know of this already. Is this the one when they're like, it's just like almost borderline like abused?
It's not even borderline abuse. It's when it steps over the line and people are actually getting hurt, or there's a significant risk to a personal injury, and it's actually fully illegal. Like you can't make it, you can't watch it, etc., etc. I accidentally found some on Pornhub the other day. I abused.
Should we be saying this?
I don't know, but I abused the living shit out of this guy because he was totally disrespecting his woman. I'm like, I don't understand why she's still with him.
You comment on Pornhub?
I've had an account for 4 months. I've currently watched 300 videos. I've been single for 3 months now. I've had the account for 4 months.
I think if it's on Pornhub, it's probably okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
No,
what I thought.
I
I
don't think so because you can upload anything you want and it
I
takes the
suppose, yeah.
admins to find it.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought that's always monitored.
I abused the living shit out of the guy, said he was disgusting for what he'd done. I'm not going to go into what he had done, but it was...
No.
She was
But I
crying
want to
in
know.
pain.
The audience wants to know.
She was crying out in pain and he wouldn't stop. So
Jesus, this got dark really quick.
It was really fucked up. I couldn't finish the video. Like, I challenged myself. I'm like, I want to watch every genre of porn. I want to watch it to the end. And
He's
I
on the
couldn't-
quest to search for the best.
I'm the best.
Gotta catch them all.
STIs.
Stick out the clip. So I couldn't finish this video. I abused the living shit out of him, flagged the video,
Well
blocked
done.
him, all that kind of stuff, because I thought it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Because it's really, really hard to find extreme porn, and I'd put that into the category. And it's essentially anything that's illegal. So snuff films is extreme
Fuck
porn.
that. Alright, we should probably...
Too far. So snuff films come into it, like child porn,
Okay.
Child
Whoa. Okay, that's...
animals,
No.
and dead people. That's all
Okay.
extreme porn.
Alright,
And it's all
okay.
stuff you can't get your hands on.
Thanks for
You can't
joining.
see it.
Thanks for joining for this week's podcast. Hopefully we don't get flagged. Join us again.
Before you do sign off.
Don't sign off. Keep going.
Join us again for...
Don't
Sign off yet.
sign
No,
off.
you don't understand. YouTube will find us and they will stop us.
Oh, God.
Because I'm not actually planning on continuing on.
We're the next stuff.
I'm not actually planning on continuing on the porn segment forever. So I actually want to start having people from our viewers ask me a question, any question. Nothing is off limits. I'll be 100% honest. And just leave that in the comments. Say question for Josh E or something like that, and I will answer anything you give to me.
That can go bad really quickly, but okay.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah. Anyway, fucking hell. I hope we'll be back next time. Anyway, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again to Taylor, our special guest, for joining us this evening.
Cheers, thank you.
Catch us all next time.
Thank you all for listening.
I fucking hope we don't get banned.